is the Big O Show. This is the Big O Show.
When presenting an award to an employee, athlete, executive, or fantasy GM, make sure you call Orvietos Awards and More. For 35 years, these custom award specialists have been providing plaques, trophies, custom framing, while providing state-of-the-art laser and computerized engraving, UV printing, and glass crystal etching. They do all their engraving and printing in-house for quality control. Call Charles at 305-949-8098 or visit them at orvietosawards.com. Orvietos Awards and More, where recognition is rewarding.
The lost city of Atlantis reveals its secrets at Toyota of Hollywood. Get legendary deals on over 2,000 Toyotas, like a 2024 Corolla, not $24,000, $20,988. Unlock the wonders of 0% financing for 5 full years, 0 down. Rediscover Atlantis at Toyota of Hollywood on 441 between Hollywood Boulevard and Sheridan Street. Open till midnight.
Great. You have a doorbell camera. Now you have a front row seat to your house getting robbed.
They're breaking into my house!
Ooh, there goes the TV. I'm sure it'll turn up at the pawn shop.
No, not the TV!
Just because you can see them, that doesn't mean you can stop them. With Slogans, you get 24-hour monitoring, a free home security system, and professional installation. Plus, free doorbell camera, one that'll actually work for you.
Get out of my house!
Get out of the house! Call 1-800-ALARM-ME.
Hi, this is Jeff Welt from Welton Rayman. Dan and I have been in business together for over 22 years. We're not your typical lawyers. When Dan's not working in the office, he's flying his stunt plane. When I'm not in the office, I'm either getting tattooed, bowling, riding a motorcycle, or going to concerts. We might not be your typical attorneys, but we are aggressive attorneys, and we'll do whatever it takes to get you what you deserve. Consultations are always free. Call us anytime, 24/7.
Welton Rayman can help.
If you're looking to take your home or business to the next level, then RM Contractors and Custom Drywall can assist you. RM specializes in new residential turnkey, new commercial turnkey, home and office remodeling. Call them for free estimates. Serving all of South Florida, licensed and insured. Call Ray or Mike, 305-345-3649. You work hard to create the perfect atmosphere. You dream it, we'll build it. RM Contractors and Custom Drywall, 305-345-3649 or Instagram at RMC Fisher Island.
The Crypto Bro Show is solely for entertainment purposes. Orlando Alzugari and his guests are not financial advisors or investments consultants. If you ever plan to invest, make sure you do your homework, talk to a professional, and understand investing is very risky and volatile. Good luck in any of your investments, and only invest what you're willing to lose.
Time to log into the blockchain and find out what's the latest in Bitcoin and crypto in our Crypto Bro Show.
Crypto Bros. This segment brought to you by RM Contractors and Custom Drywall. Take your home or business to the next level with RM Contractors and Custom Drywall. Call Ray or Mike at 305-345-3649. You dream it, they'll build it. See their fantastic work on Instagram at RMC Fisher Island. Crypto Bros. Here's the Crypto Bro himself, Orlando Alzugari.
All right. First of all, give me the thumbs up to make sure we are kosher and we're doing good and that you are seeing us in all kinds of colors. There we go. That might be a little better. Anyway, I hope just want to make sure that the audio is good before I go and do it. All right, good stuff. All right. Orlando, I met these Chinese who have 300 containers filled with GPUs to mine Bitcoin. Damn. Well, it's, if you can handle the electric bill, then, you go for it. You know what I'm saying? But, yeah, that's interesting, right? That's an interesting thing. Good luck to you, Green Line. Keep me updated on that one. Anyway, Thank you all out there. Don't forget to smash the hell out of the like button. We got to build this show. We got to get it going. And I apologize that I took a couple days off because of the trip and all that kind of stuff. And maybe what I should do is when I'm even on the road, maybe do small little segments from my phone or something like that. I might do something like that to kind of keep everybody updated on what's going on. And we got a bunch of things to talk about. Obviously, we're in a little bit of a dip right now in the world of crypto, as the Bitcoin price is in the high 65 range right now. So that's where we're at. We're at 65,925. It's been screwing around that area in 66. But as you can tell, for the entire day, you kind of stayed, pretty much around the same area. And then all of a sudden, right around this time here at 11:25 last night, it just started to then go down. And so you've got, I don't know who's selling, to be quite honest. I don't really understand. But hey, that allows you to buy a little bit more of the dip if you want, because it's going to pop up to past 73 very soon. This thing is coiling up. And you saw a little bit of the movement from the 59 area all the way up to almost 69. And so now you see it like, come back a little bit here. But again, it's just kind of coiling up. And this is going to pop any day now. This thing's going to pop and it's going to go into the 70s. And then we're not going to see the 60s anymore. And it's going to start screwing around the 70s. And then it's going to go right into the 80s. And then you're going to regret. So again, the disclaimer says it at the beginning. We're not financial advisors. You do your own, research. You do your own homework. For me, I love this. This is fantastic. And Ramon puts election panic. There is no panic, because it doesn't matter who you elect. It will make Bitcoin soar. That's really, in the end, that's all that matters. Bitcoin will end up soaring when it's all said and done. If Trump comes in, he printed a record 8 trillion last time. And I'm going to explain something in a minute here, but he already printed a record 8 trillion last time. We're waiting for Biden's numbers to see if he reached Trump or even passed him. But these last two presidents have been the blessing to Bitcoin, because they've been a terror on our dollar. So it doesn't matter who gets in. This is why I'm a Bitcoin guy, not a party guy. I don't care about Dems. I don't care about Republicans, but I do see what they're doing to our economy, both of them, because all the damage they're doing happens after they leave office. While they're in office, you don't notice it. But then when they leave, it's when it becomes even worse and worse and worse. And so that's so it doesn't matter who gets in. Both of them are, Kamala or him or Trump, they both have to print. We have no choice. I mean, that's just kind of the way it is. You know why you have to print? Let me show you why you have to print. Here's why you have to print. And here's our national debt clock right there. Okay? Look at it right there. 35,777,662,500,000, and it's moving $1,000. 600, 700, 800,000. 900,000. You want to go to 663 million? There you go. You got it. We just spent it. So this will easily be 36 trillion for the new president. And then the next president, Trump or Kamala, will print at least 10 trillion. So it'll be $46 trillion. Actually, it'll be 47, because we'll probably be around 37 trillion by the time they take office in January. When they're sworn in, we'll have 1.3 trillion on the books again. So it'll be 36 trillion. And it doesn't matter if it's Kamala or Trump, they're going to print 10 plus trillion or more. This is what's going on with us right here. Remember, you can make a donation, Cash App or Venmo at Cash Big O Show. That is Cash Big O Show, Cash App or Venmo. And you can use that QR code there for Cash App or Venmo. Use the QR code. You can send in a Bitcoin or Ethereum donation, which those are our favorite donations, Bitcoin or Ethereum donations. So send them in if you want to. Now, let me show you why your money buys less. Because a lot of people think, oh, well, it's just, it's inflation. Actually, yes and no. Here's the Coca-Cola company, and they just announced top earnings, even though there's a sluggish demand. Coca-Cola on Wednesday reported quarterly earnings and revenues that topped analysts' expectations thanks to a boost from higher prices that offset sluggish demands. Shares of the company fell 2% in the morning trading. Company reported that compared to what the Wall Street was expecting based on survey analysts, Coke reported third quarter net incomes attributed to shareholders $2.85 billion or 66 cents per share, down from $3.09 billion and 71 cents a share a year earlier. But they adjusted net sales to $11.95 billion, were roughly flat from a year earlier. Coke's organic revenue, which slipped out of the impact of acquisitions. All right, it just keeps going. But bottom line is they ended up making a little more profit, and yet less people bought because they just raised prices. And here's the thing, because Trump prints money, because Obama prints money, because George Bush Jr. printed a lot of money. George Bush Jr. printed $6 trillion in 8 years. Obama printed $8 trillion in 8 years. Trump printed $8 trillion in 4 years. And now we're waiting for Biden's numbers. So you're going to be Biden, let's say it's 7, 8, 9, because there's a good chance he passed Trump. So you're looking at $30 to $31 trillion was printed between those 4 presidents. Okay? It's your money being devalued more than anything else, than even them raising prices, Coca-Cola. As crazy as that sounds, it's more than just Coca-Cola raising the prices. It's because they continue to print the money. And if you continue to print the money, well, then, something that's not good is going to happen to you. And that devalues your money. And this is why you need to kind of go to Bitcoin. Because Bitcoin, your money grows in Bitcoin. Your money doesn't grow with the US dollar. It just doesn't. And let me show you something now that is as disturbing as it gets. Okay? Check this out. You know what this is? It took us 221 years for our deficit to reach $12 trillion. Now, the U.S. has added $32 trillion in debt since 2020. I'm sorry, 12 trillion. 12 trillion in debt since 2020. It's crazy, dude. This is insanity. And look at that. Look at that thing. Look at it. It's parabolic. It's unsustainable. And all they're doing is creating hyperinflation, because that's the only way they can run the government, through debt. So they will print more money, they will lower rates, and it will continue to devalue your dollar. That's where your inflation is coming from. When Trump was printing 8 trillion, you didn't really need the 8 trillion. It wasn't used for an infrastructure bill. It wasn't used for anything. He promised the infrastructure bill. It never happened. Then Biden did the infrastructure bill, which probably has a whole bunch of money that's going to waste because they both just have printed a ridiculous amount of money. It's crazy, dude. It really is crazy how the spending is out of control. Just telling you, it's there. All these reasons are there why Bitcoin is an absolute must. An absolute must. And you want another example of something that shows you that Bitcoin is also making its bones. The European banks, okay, came out against Bitcoin in the last couple of days. So here's an article. It says a recent paper published in the European Central Bank claims that older Bitcoin holder profits at the expense of new holders and argue that the scarce decentralized currency should be regulated to prevent its price from rising or outright banned. That's how nervous these assholes are. By the way, if you got in early on Amazon, the people that are later, aren't you pumping up their bags too? If you got in early on Tesla and you buy later on, aren't you pumping the other person's bags too? I'm just, I love how these assholes like to spin something and it's exactly the same for everything else. If you bought Amazon at $1 and you bought a whole bunch of shares at $1, you're doing pretty good right now. And the people that keep buying Amazon are pumping your bags, just like any other investment. So anyway, the authors claim that those who acquired Bitcoin at an earlier date and those who bought it at market bottoms and sold to new investors at a profit were exploiting the new buyers. This, of course, is how all financial markets work. Investors aim to buy assets low and sell high. Duh. From this foundation, the authors concluded that Bitcoin should face strict price controls to prevent exploitation and the ensuring of civil strife from this unfair wealth distribution. Because their dollars, European, American, they're all crumbling because all they do is print and devalue our dollars or our ruble or our euro or our whatever the hell it is wherever you live. Franc. All they do is keep printing. That's where, and they see it. And because they can't control it, because they're already in a world of debt, they want to throw us in there with it. And this is why we talk about Bitcoin all the time. So the paper's authors also assert that Bitcoin is rarely used as a payment method while simultaneously citing a false claim that made earlier research paper that Bitcoin is a preferred method of transaction for criminals. So Elizabeth Warren, that stupid bitch, is the one that was writing all of this. What a useless turd Elizabeth Warren is. In fact, we have more use for turds because we can use them for fertilizer. And then we have Kamala, and we have XRP getting behind Kamala. And again, I don't care about either side. I think they're both as incompetent as it gets. But I do want to mention this because now XRP has announced that they are going to donate $10 million to Kamala Harris's fund. Now, some people will say, well, wait a minute, isn't that a good thing that they're going to, Ripple co-founder Chris Larson donating 10 million. Isn't that good that crypto and the Democratic Party with Kamala are getting closer to eye? No, it's not. No, it's not. Actually, this is not a great sign of anything. XRP is tied to banks. XRP is a form of payment services for banks and the way they could deliver money to each other and all that kind of stuff. And that business is already tied to banks. Guess who protects banks more than anybody else? The Dems. The Elizabeth Warrens, the Janet Yellens, the Joe Bidens, the Powells, all these people in this administration here, they're the ones that protect banks. They're the ones that are printing money. They went into the what's it called? They raised the cap. What's the name of the word for it? For our money. I'm forgetting it now. They did it 3 times with Biden, 4 times with Trump. The cap ceiling. You know, they did that 7 times in the last 2 presidents. And they protect banks. They bail out banks. This is what they do. And XRP is tied to the banks. So I'm not surprised that XRP would be the one that's going to coddle up to this administration because they are the ones that are bank friendly. So in a way, if you want to look at this and try to spin this into a positive, the Dems are reaching into crypto a little bit. No, they're not. No, they're not. And she hasn't said anything yet at all specifically pro-crypto. She says general stuff, but doesn't mean it can't come with a crap ton of restrictions like they normally put on everything else. So just in case those of you who are looking at this XRP Kamala thing like some kind of a positive, it means nothing, overall. In the end, they can't stop Bitcoin. Bitcoin will dominate no matter what. And people will eventually, the average person, those of you watching this show, you're already on board. You already get it. You understand what's going on with our money. I'm not really educating most of you out there. I'm hoping to educate some that will take the time to listen and put aside the stupid politics because I don't really care about either side. And really just think about yourself and your money and how you can grow it and those kind of things. Right? Don't be a cheerleader. Be the green cheerleader, not the red or blue cheerleader, the green cheerleader. Get orange pilled, baby. Okay? So just, I just want to mention it because I don't want people thinking that all of a sudden things have changed and that, oh, wow, this is the crypto industry, getting close to Kamala. No. This is the banking industry that is tied to XRP. And because they've taken care of the banking industry, they're going to take care of XRP. That's all it is. So Larson's just watching out for his company, which I don't blame him. I don't blame him. And one of the things that I told you guys about this is that when we talk about rate cutting, now we see that the rate cuts are going to be light. They went with a 50 basis point. And I warned you guys, with the job markets still strong and still producing, they're not going to go heavy into rate cuts. And because the inflation didn't tick up, it stayed down, they're going to ease. And it looks like now we're at 91% that there's going to be a quarter point basis cut. And very little for half a point, which again, I think this is a good thing, by the way, that you kind of cut rates slowly. And then this allows the market and people that invest in the market to kind of adjust along the way. And you kind of know what's coming. This has been kind of the norm in this world, that you know exactly what's coming so you can be prepared as an investor. I think that's really, really important overall. So interesting stuff to see that quarter point is probably what's going to end up happening. All right, let's give you some other news going on in crypto. Japan's Democratic Party of the People, which, by the way, the Democrats here could learn from them over there. They have pledged to cut Bitcoin and crypto taxes if elected. Japan to cut Bitcoin and crypto taxes from 55 to 20% if the Democratic Party of the People wins the election. That's pretty cool. China, by the way, has now cut its benchmark interest rates by 25 basis points. Canada has also cut rates by half a point to 3.75. That's 3 times already that they've cut. They are desperate, and they are going to be printing money. Okay? It's pretty good. What else? Buenos Aires in Argentina. They are integrating zero-knowledge proofs into its apps, enhancing residents' privacy by securing personal data with cryptography. Look, I don't know if Meli is going to end up working there or not. I have no idea. You know, this could be like another one of these countries that has no luck, and they keep electing the wrong leader and another bad leader leads them down on another terrible path. I have no idea. I know there's a lot of unhappy people, but they needed to hit real rock bottom before they started going back up again. So we'll see. Nobody really knows what's going to, end up happening. Vietnam is getting in the game, and this is why we tell you to keep sticking with blockchain technology. Why? Because Vietnam will introduce a national blockchain strategy. Now, a lot of these, everybody's going to have to go to the blockchain because that's the new internet. They're going to use it for all kinds of purposes like you use the internet, from finances to IDs to medicine to news to whatever it is, to storage of information, all of that stuff. At the same time, they've all got to implement their blockchains if they're going to use digital currency, if they're going to use CBDCs, which, again, has Kamala said, at least Trump came out and said no CBDCs, plus his entire party is against it. Republicans don't want it, which those of us with a brain don't want it. But has Kamala said that? No. But I would imagine that Vietnam and many other countries are going to establish our blockchain so they can also establish their own digital currency. So they can manipulate and easily mine a lot more of them. That's just kind of the way life goes, ladies and gentlemen. So kind of sucks, but what are you going to do, right? It is what it is. Remember, you can make a donation, Cash App or Venmo at Cash Big O Show. That is Cash Big O Show, Cash App or Venmo. Bitcoin, by the way, also has hit an all-time high when it comes to hash rate. And the interesting part about hash rate and Bitcoin is that the price follows hash rate. Oop, I apologize. I took it off the screen there. The price always follows the hash rate. And so as you watch the hash rate climb, you will then watch the price climb after. And because of the mining difficulty, like I told you in the title, Bitcoin is coiling up. And I think the next pump puts us at an all-time high. We're screwing around here in the old all-time high of 67,000. So when you're playing around with the all-time high, I keep telling you all, this is as bullish as it gets. It doesn't get any more bullish than this. It's pretty awesome. It's a phenomenon, baby. And it just kind of gives you a little bit of a view on what's going to happen in the future. The other thing is, I'm a big Chainlink guy. And Swift has now teamed up with Chainlink. Chainlink and Swift will unveil a blockchain integration revolutionizing digital asset settlement for trade. Swift is obviously a payment service, and Chainlink is basically the heart and soul of the entire blockchain right now. Because, I mean, you could use Pith and some other companies, but Chainlink is the main one if you want to transfer all your data from the internet to the blockchain. You're going to need an oracle. And Chainlink is the oracle of the blockchain pretty much right now. Of the future of the internet, Chainlink is the oracle of it. And they're well ahead of Pith, who's number 2. Pith is not a bad investment, by the way, because it's grown and it's going to grow because it is the second one in line. But Chainlink is the monster. Okay. And Chainlink, I think, is going to go well over $100 easily in this bull run. Easily over $100. I would not be surprised if it's a couple of $100. Okay. I'm not kidding. So Chainlink for me is incredibly important because most companies are going to be using it. Most businesses, most countries, you name it, they're probably going to go to Chainlink. They're number 1. So this teaming up with Swift, I think, is also incredibly important. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. Also, very a powerful player in the game, which is Alliance Bernstein, and you see their logo here, Alliance Bernstein. They manage, by the way, only $806 billion. That's all they manage. They see Bitcoin breaking out above 70,000 shortly. So again, these people have it. It's not like Alliance is not selling Bitcoin. So it's not like they're going to capitalize from this because they're selling Bitcoin or something like that. No, dude, they're just like a company that says, hey, man, we're an investment firm. We see this asset climbing. And I see it too, about to hit the 70 now. I think either by the end of this week or early next week, we're already in the 70s. I really feel that way. And we continue as the blockchain continues to grow. Another thing that's going on is with Stripe. Payment company Stripe has bought stablecoin platform Bridge for $1.1 billion. You see what's going on here? You understand what's going on? Everybody's laying the tracks. Remember, I told you for years now that the financial institutions and everything that you deal with, everything is being built right now under your nose. The banking industry, everything done with financing, it's all being built right under your nose in the blockchain. And everything will be moving on to it. And these are the things that need to be in place. Stripe needs to have a platform. They need a bridge so they can load and offload from the blockchain and onto their business. So it just continues to grow. Remember, Cash App or Venmo at Cash Big O Show. That is Cash Big O Show, Cash App or Venmo. Now, I give you someone that I don't know this is the way I would look at it. Is this a face you can trust? What would you say? Is this a face you can trust? It kind of, not for nothing, Larry, but you kind of look like you're always up to something, up to no good or something like that, right? And maybe he is. Maybe it's his greed that wants to take over, because look how many trillions of dollars they manage. Not billions, trillions. They're in the trillion category, not in the billions category. They manage quite a few trillion. BlackRock. Well, BlackRock yesterday bought $332 million in Bitcoin in their ETFs. I tell you all the time, the smartest and most powerful people in the world are I don't even know how the dip is going on. I don't understand it. I only know how to buy. I don't know how to sell right now. There's no selling. It's like ridiculous. This is a long play. And I don't get the lettuce hands that are selling right now. Maybe it's whales playing whale games and trying to get people to panic. I'm not exactly sure, but I don't get it. But just do what they do. That's what I would tell you. Do what they do, because they're freaking loading up, dude. Okay? They are loading up. Avalanche is in the game. I am a huge Avalanche guy. Enormous Avalanche guy. Got a big old fat bag of Avalanche. Avalanche now has launched the Avalanche card. You know, they have their own blockchain. They have all kinds of games. They have NFTs. They have businesses. I mean, Amazon Web Services, AWS, is with them. I mean, it's just ridiculous. Anyway, they have added a loadable debit card that allows users to make purchases using their crypto assets where Visa is accepted. So you want to cash in your cryptos, you can cash it in on the card and then use the cash. So convert your Bitcoin, your Ethereum, whatever it is that they accept, and then you turn it into cash. Oh, hey, how does that turn into cash? Well, yeah, you convert it, bro. It's really simple. I used to get that question a lot. The card will initially be available to Latin America and Caribbean residents, excluding specific regions and countries. Avalanche introduces the new crypto Visa card for Latin America and the Caribbean. How about that, ladies and gentlemen? That's pretty cool. Don't forget, Cash App or Venmo at Cash Big O Show. That is Cash Big O Show, Cash App or Venmo. Okay. I see Dougie is on Instagram. Freak Anthony. Okay. Antonio. South Florida Don. Thank you all out there. Bitcoin, by the way, nice dip, 65,715. Ramon, go look at Michael Saylor's comments. I'm sure we'll discuss. Yes, we will discuss. And I get everything that Michael Saylor was talking about. People are getting Michael Saylor's comments. I think I'm understanding what he's saying. I don't think Michael Saylor's encouraging you to have a bank hold your crypto, because I would never encourage that. I would encourage you to have self-custody, right? But the problem is, here's what we got to understand, okay? And those of us that have already bought Bitcoin and bought our own wallet, and we have our 12 seed words or 24 seed words or a Tangent wallet or whatever. The fact that you took all that time to really understand what's going on, let me explain something to you. You people are freaks. You people are the people that actually like really give a shit about investing and taking the time, and you really want to understand things. Most Americans are lazy. So they'd rather you do things for them. They'd rather be in the drive-thru than walk up. That's just kind of the way it goes. They'd rather you deliver the food to them than they go drive. They are so used to you taking care of their money, and them charging you to take care of your money. Think about this. The bank uses your money to invest to make more money. They give you none of it, but they charge you to hold your money. Think about all of that. Like, let that marinate. You give them your money, they use it to work it and make millions and billions in profit, and they give you nothing in return. I'm just saying, it's an awesome scam. Awesome scam. Because normally when you invest money in a company or something, oh, hey, yeah, I got 20% in that business. You're getting 20% of the profits. Right? But they use your money for investment and they're not giving you any of the profits. Right? So I understand what Michael Saylor is doing. Typical Americans, general Americans, they're lazy. You people that are watching this show, you're far from lazy about your money. You're a little bit more interested in making money. You're more interested in, hey, what's going on with my money? What are you people doing with my money? What are you doing, Democrats, Republicans, with my money? What's this Bitcoin stuff? Wait a minute. How does all this work? It takes time. It takes intelligence. It takes commitment. It takes balls. Because it takes no balls to leave your money in the bank. Because somebody else is taking care of it. And I'll pay you to take care of my money that you're using to make money. And that's why Michael Saylor said what he said this week. Like, he is encouraging kind of bank involvement, which I have too, actually. I have too. I think that a lot of people are going to need banks early on to get into crypto because they're lazy, because they have no guts. They won't take the chance. They won't learn about it. Every time I have a discussion with a Democrat or a Republican about money, and I explain to them what their parties are doing to it, they think if I'm talking to a Republican, they think I'm a Democrat. If I'm talking to a Democrat, they think I'm a Republican, which I'm not. I keep telling them I'm a Bitcoiner. I kind of understand what both are doing. Just because one's a mule and the other one's an elephant, doesn't matter what they look like. They do the same shit to you. And then I try to explain to them what's going on. And then it's just, they don't want to, like I was talking to a friend of mine that's a hardcore Trumpy, right? And I told him, dude, oh no, things were great. Bro, he printed 8 trillion. That affects you after, not while you're there. So during the 4 years, it's great. He's flooding the streets with 8 trillion and we had low rates. So it was a perfect storm. But then if you keep those rates too long, which they did way before Trump and then after Trump and all that, the rates have to go up. Because you have to run a business. You have to run a country. And then that 8 trillion goes into our deficit. Guess who's paying for that? The rest of us and our kids for the rest of their lives. And then it went right over him. He didn't care that he printed 8 trillion. Doesn't care. He didn't care that they lifted the restrictions of the banks. And then when I talked to a Biden guy, and all they're thinking of is just their stupid little culture wars. And I don't care about that kind of stuff, dude. I'm talking about money. And neither one manages it. Every one of them mismanages it. And that's why Bitcoin is the force that it is. By the way, am I frozen here? Because I see it kind of frozen on my YouTube page here. I don't know what the hell happened. But there's no pause here. So I don't know what's going on because, the thing is frozen. Are you guys hearing me still? Now, are you hearing the audio, but the video is frozen? Is that what it is? Just out of curiosity. Just want to know. Because I am frozen, but can you hear audio? Let me see. Yeah, the audio's good. Okay. I have no idea. Okay. Anyway, this was the end anyway. I appreciate all of you out there. If you sent in a super chat, if you made a donation, Cash App or Venmo at Cash Big O Show, that is Cash Big O Show, Cash App or Venmo. Appreciate you all out there as always for sending in the donations. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And we will see you all tomorrow. Same time, same place, same bat channel. And hope you all have a fantastic day. Now let's see if it plays. Boom.
This is the Big O Show. This is the Big O Show. This is the Big O Show.